Biggest inspiration I would say is my aunt, inspiration wise. My mom, I'll get to that in a second. That's for a whole nother reason. My aunt, just for the diligence she had in her hustle. I mean, she started out as an administrative assistant at one of the biggest companies on the planet. At 16, she started out as an administrative assistant, and by the time she was 26, she was in an executive position. She started from the bottom and she worked her way up. So just watching her hustle, she taught me like to just remain focused and stay dedicated and just stay on your grind. My mom, I ain't gonna even say my mom is like my inspiration. She's more so like my hero because you have to, I mean, and I say that because you have to think about everything that she's been through. Like she lost her mom to a heinous crime at 15. Shortly thereafter, her dad drank himself to death out of being depressed. So at 15, she had to raise four younger siblings pretty much on her own, still manage to go to college, get a degree, and raise two boys on her own and get out of an abusive relationship. I mean, I love my pops, but he know what he was on at that time. But she just, man, like she made sure we were cultured. I mean, she became an educator. She made sure, like, I mean, we were living in this crazy area to where we seen shootouts and things like that. But then the other extreme is on the weekends we were at the art museum, or we take road trips out of town to go visit family members, on the East Coast, or go visit my family who had farms and things like that. So I always knew, even though I got caught up in some things I shouldn't have got caught up in my teenage years as far as the streets, I always knew that the world had more to offer than just the street because of my mom. She made sure, like, and I feel like if it wasn't for her doing that, I wouldn't know what I know.
He don't pay you no attention, busy being cold. I'd rather be busy with you, give him multiples. We can make it go down till we both pass out. Wanna make you go, oh, oh. I just wanna treat you the way that you should be, baby, you should be. Makes her feel like a lady, better yet the queen that you are.
What inspired my upcoming album? Life. And then just also the the will not to be boxed in, because like everybody has been trying to say, oh, he's neo soul, or no, he's hip hop soul, or he's this and he's that. Why can't I just be all of those things? Why do you have to box me in? Like, I don't want to be categorized. I just want to be. Art is art simply because you can't put it in a box. So that, I mean, I feel like I stripped down like all the titles working on this album, all of the labels and everything, and just went in and made music. And even the album cover symbolizes that, because it's me pretty much stripped down to nothing, like free of everything.
Baby, let me be your favorite distraction, girl. I wanna know, when was the last time? When was the last time you felt like a woman should?
I'm just proud of the brother, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause he only look out for him, but he's just a real dude, one of really dudes that's out here doing their thing.
I'll be shorty the first minute that I walk through the door. Body perfect, she's a 10, I swear she ain't got a flaw.
What prompted me to work with J Hollins? Man, I seen a lot of similarities in him that, I have. You know what I'm saying? The hustle, the grind, and also the talent. You know what I'm saying? He's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? Somebody I like working with, vouch for. Just a good dude all the way around, you know what I'm saying? I see him going really far. Was it unusual for us to get together? Is it unusual? Yes, it felt unusual for a minute, because a lot of people here in Chicago, they don't come together, but me and J Hollins got together, on the strength of just believing that, we can change, the outlook on Chicago and how R&B artists, do what it is that we do together. He got strengths, that I didn't have, and I have some things to offer that he didn't have, and it worked out, man. I believe in this brother. You know what I'm saying? Great dude. Gonna be #1 R&B artist really soon. As you see, I'm putting a stamp on it. #1.
Ooh, girl, who do you look? How do you like? Do you if you got a man, bet you he can do you.
Well, they're all personal because they're all my babies. But if I say there's two that I feel like are the most relative to my mindset right now. One of them being a record on the album that's called Stranger.
Girl, you can sit here and point fingers all night. Go back and forth about who's wrong and who's right. I know I made a mistake, baby girl, I'm only human.
I can relate to that record. I wrote it from a standpoint of someone who made a mistake and who's just saying, give me another chance, and a standpoint from other people that I've seen go through that. So I think that record is really like relative. And also there's another record called Don't Wanna Be. It's just simply every player reaches the finish line, you know. Even like, you know, if even Bishop Magic Wand stopped pimping at some point, you know. So every player reaches the finish line, and it's not cool to be the dude that's too old in the club. You're not that old, you just too old to be there. So if you like between 35 and 40 and you still in the club trying to pick up chicks, you need to go home and look in the mirror and reevaluate your life, you know. So I'll say those are the two. I'm not going to say personal because all of the records are personal, but those are the two that I think really reflect my mind state the most at this point.
Let's get into the banger right now, man. It is something new.
Woo, this right
Talk
here
to the
is
ladies.
fire.
Talk to the ladies, J Hollins.
Something new came from, I mean, it was a collaboration between myself, Immaculate, and Ben One.
Okay.
And it came from just, you know, fellas, we don't talk about our emotions, or like, you know, a girl will go tell her girlfriends, like, I met this new guy and I feel like this, that, and the third about him. So I wanted to do that from a guy's perspective.
Right.
So that's what the song
You
came
pulled it
from.
off, brother. This right here is a banger.
Found myself calling every girl that I used to see. Told them that I found a girl with whom I wanna be. Broke a few hearts, but it was worth the smile on your face. Granted, I've always felt whole, but you're my better half. Since you and I've been together, girl, I'm a better man, baby.
My ideal performance situation. I am a fan of the intimate crowd, 150 to 200 people, because I've done the shows with 5,000, 10,000 people, and that's cool, but it's more you going off sheer energy and sheer hype, and it's love. I mean, don't get it twisted. I love both settings because they pay. So the intimate setting, though, is just like, I feel like this may sound weird and I may sound crazy, but I feel like when I'm performing in front of a more intimate crowd, I'm connecting with every single one of those people. I feel like they're really paying attention to the words, and they really paying attention to this riff that I hit, and they're really paying attention to just to everything. They're paying attention to every single thing. So I think my ideal performance situation is definitely in front of a intimate crowd in a smaller venue, because I feel like I get to connect more and I get to build fans that are going to be fans for life or for the span of my career, opposed to the Johnny Come Lately fans.